This is our review for test 2.2. We're going to be writing equations of lines. So number 1 says to write the equation of this line in slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form, that's a really crooked line. Slope-intercept form, remember, is y equals mx plus b. So we need to find two things about this line from the graph. We need to find the slope, m, and the y-intercept, b. So to find my slope, we could use the slope formula, or it's already graphed for us, and I see 2 points there, so I can just look with my eyes, my eyeballs, right, and just count. So to get from one point to another, here I'm going to zoom in here. I'm just going to count. We're going to go down. How many boxes is that? 3. And then right 2. So my slope is going to be -3/2. Perfect. All right. And then where's my y-intercept? Where does this cross the y-axis? 4. So my equation is going to be y equals -3/2x plus 4.
Wait, why do we go down and not up?
Yeah.
Isn't it rise?
So it's rise over run. It's a really good question. Now let me pull this down so I can point to it. So to get from the point on the left to the point on the right, we can't go up to get to that point because it's a negative slope, right? But let's say that we wanted to go to rise and run. So if I did the rise and the run, So if I started with the point on the right and I went up 3, I would have to go run backwards, right? Back 2.
Is that what you're saying?
And you're going to get the same thing because your slope's going to be 3/-2, which is still -3/2.
Oh.
Good question. Very good question.
Very good, very good.
All right, number 2 says graph this equation. So I have y equals -3x plus 4. So where do I begin? 4. So I'm going to go to 4 on my y-axis. And that's where we begin. I'm going to zoom in some so it's easier for me to write. Sorry. All right. And then what's my slope? -3/1. So I'm going to go down 3 units. Because -3 means we go down, right? And then right 1 unit. And I can do that till I've filled the graph. Once I've run out of space, can I go backwards? Yeah, so I can go up 3 and back 1. Up 3 and back 1. Once you have enough points, then you can connect the dots to draw your line. Number 3 says, which equation in standard form has a graph that passes through the point -4/2 and has a slope of 9/2? Ooh, plug what in?
You can plug X in and Y.
Ooh, you want to plug X and Y in and see which one's true? Sure, you can do it that way. Why not?
Is that like the hardware one?
No, I just think it's clever. I was going to write the equation. So for A, let me zoom in some. So for A, I'm going to say 9 times, what's my X value? -4. -4 minus 2 times +2. Does that equal 36? So this is where you would use that true false in your calculator, right? False? So could A be the answer? No. So then B. I've got 9 times negative 4 minus 2 times 2 equals 26. True or false? False. What about C? 9 times negative 4 minus 2 times 2, does that equal negative 40? You can use your calculator. You don't have to do it in your head. See, that's negative 36 minus 4.
No, false.
What?
I got negative 32. I'd probably just put it wrong.
So 9 times negative 4 is what?
True.
Negative 36, right?
Yeah.
Minus 2 times 2 is 4. What's negative 36 minus 4? Negative
Oh, I
40.
forgot we add.
Excuse me. There we go. So our answer's got to be C. That one's true, right? Another way to do this, you guys, you can use the slope-intercept. Sorry, not slope-intercept. Point-slope formula. Plug in those 2 points and then solve it for a standard form
Yes,
Wait,
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 this test
wait, how do
coming
we
up?
do that?
tomorrow.
Wait, how do
You
we
got
do
this.
Just for the
Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. But I really liked your method, Amy. I like the plugging in. Very nice. All right, number 4. If you took the PSAT last week, you may have seen problems like this where it gives you some answer choices and then your actual answer choices are choosing combinations of the choices they gave, which seems kind of confusing, right? So it's choices of choices. That can be kind of tricky. No? Good. Because I think you guys have seen these more and more. When these first came out, it was like, whoa, what? What is this craziness? But I think that we've seen them a little more often, so we're a little more used to them. Yeah, Samantha? Yeah? Maybe? You okay? Okay. So what we're going to do is I want to see which of these 4 equations, 1, 2, 3, and 4, those Roman numerals there, which of these 4 match the graph? How could I do this?
Got it.
Write the slope.
All right, so we could write this the equation of this line in slope-intercept form. Okay. What do you think, Marcus? We can plot all 4 and see which ones match. Nice. Okay. Let's do that. Let's plot all 4 and see. Let's write the slope-intercept form.
Oh, wait.
Ooh, how could I do it in the How could I do it in the calculator? What do you mean do it in the calculator?
Go to the new document and write. And you like,
All right. Hold on.
you put add graphs.
All right. So I'm gonna go. Hold on. I gotta go to. So new document. Add a graphs page. Okay. Then what do I do?
And then you put that.
All right, so then we type that. So negative 3 over 2x minus 2. Does that match what we have? No. So it can't be 1. All right, what about 2? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start over. Delete. Tab. But this is in standard form. How can I graph something from standard form? We could change it? We could solve for y?
Yeah.
All right. Can I graph a relation? You don't remember how to do that?
No.
So if you delete once when you're in the graphs line, and go down to relation, then you can type it in exactly like it looks. So I've got 2x minus 3y equals 6. Does that look like my graph? I hear yeses and I hear nos. So yes? Look, do we have the same x and y intercepts? Yeah, negative 2 for my y-intercept, positive 3 for my x-intercept. So 2 is definitely one of them, right? All right, what about 3? What about 3?
How do you delete it?
Oh, delete, delete, delete.
Oh, you press. Oh.
Press delete 3 times. And then tab will take you back to the equation line. So I've got y equals x minus 2 times x minus 3. Oh, whoa, what is that? Is that even a line? No, it's a parabola, right? So it can't be 3. So let's take a look at 4. I've got y minus 2 equals 2/3 times x minus 6. Hey, that one matches. So then what's my answer choice if 2 and 4 are my options? A? A is my answer. All right. Number 5 says the graph shows the relationship between the number of cookies a presenter at a convention had left to give away and the number of presentations she had made. So before I read my questions and my answer choices, I want to take a look at this graph. So on the left side, my Y's are the cookies she had left. My X's are the presentations she made. So how many cookies did she start out with? 180 cookies, right? And how many presentations did she make? 6. All right. So it says, what does the x-intercept of this graph represent? So what's the x-intercept? How many presentations she made, right?
Yeah.
Is that an answer choice?
No.
No? Let's see. A says the number of cookies she had before making any presentations. Well, that would be the y-intercept, right?
Yeah.
Bless you. The maximum number of cookies that she gave away during every presentation. No, that would be more like the slope, right?
Yeah.
C, the number of presentations the presenter made per hour. Does our graph say anything about time?
No.
Not this one, right?
Oh, good.
Okay. So, and then D says the maximum number of presentations she made before running out of cookies. There we go. I would say D, I would have to agree. Right. Number 6. Number 6 says, which graph represents negative 3x plus 5y equals negative 15? Ooh, what do you mean the same thing we just did? Yeah, you can graph it. Is that what you meant, Jaden? Yes. Graph it. Say it again. Yes, so graph the relation. So graph the relation and compare. Graph the relation and compare.
Wait, how do you do it to where you can like write the whole thing out?
Oh, tab, delete, relation. There you go. Good question. There you go. So new document, add a graphs page. You graph it?
Yes.
You found it?
Yes.
All right, all
Can
right.
you bring
Oh.
up the relations?
Tab. Delete. Relation.
Can I come tomorrow for tutoring?
After school? Yes. I'll be in the learning lounge tomorrow after school.
After that, can you show me what the bus thing?
The bus pass?
At all.
The bus pass? All right, you guys. So this graph matches which one the best? B? I have to agree, B. Another way, whoa, whoa. Another way to do this problem is I can find the x and y intercepts. So let's say I wanted to find the x-intercept. So I could say negative 3x plus 5 times 0 equals negative 15, right?
Yeah.
So negative 3x equals negative 15. So x equals positive 5. So which of these has an x-intercept at positive 5? B is the only one. B is the only one.
Do you have to solve it or no?
No, if you graph it instead, that's fine. I'm just trying to give you multiple options. All right, number 7.
How many questions are on the test tomorrow?
12.
Okay, that's not
12. All right, number 12. Sorry, number 12. Number 7 says, what is the 0 of the function graph below? What is a 0? The y-intercept is where you start. Yes.
The 0 is the origin.
All right, so not the origin. 0, 0 is your origin. Your 0 is your x-intercept.
What's this? Yeah.
Oh, so 1? That's easy.
Yep. So here I'd say x equals 1.
Dude, that was the hardest one.
Don't worry, there's another one like this. There's another one like this. Too easy?
It's too hard, dude.
All right. Number 8. Number 8 says the table below shows the depth y below water level of a fish in his tank with respect to time x. So write an equation in slope-intercept form that relates y to x. Slope-intercept form, remember, is y equals mx plus b. So I need to find my slope and my y-intercept. So my slope, so I need 2 points. Which 2 points do I want to use?
2, 4,
Oh, 2, -9, and 4, -3? Sure, okay. So I have x1, y1, x2, y2. So I have -3 minus a -9 over 2 minus 4. So that minus a negative is a big fat plus. So what's -3 plus 9? 6 over -2. And what's 6 divided by -2? -3. So my slope is -3 or -3 over 1. Beautiful. And do I need to solve for the y-intercept, or is that in this table? Hey, it's in the table. Which one is it? -15, because when x is 0, y is -15, so I can write my equation now, right? And I have y equals -3x minus 15. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. My slope should be positive, shouldn't it? What did I do wrong? Oh, I did 4 minus 2 instead of 2 minus 4. And no one told me
Oh
anything.
my goodness.
Come on. When it's just 2?
So 4 minus 2, so that's just 2, so that's just 3, so that's positive 3. Oh my goodness. There we go. Fixed it. Because look at the little fish. He's 15, what is that, inches below the water level? And he's slowly rising up probably to eat, right? That's usually the only fish come up to the top is if there's food floating up there. All right. Number 9. Ooh, I didn't mean to draw. What's that? No, you're going to hang on to this to study tonight? It's due tomorrow.
Wait,
You bet it. You betcha. You bet it. You betcha. Test tomorrow. All right, number 9 says a line contains the points 5, -2, and 13y, and has a slope of 2/5. Sorry, 3/5. What is the value of y? All right. So, to find the slope of a line, I'm going to use m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I'm going to label all my points. x1, y1, x2, y2. There's my m, right? So I have 3.
I thought that was your B.
Nope, slope. M. So 3/5 equals y minus a -2 over 13 minus 5. All right, so I have 3/5 equals, what's y minus a -2? Minus a negative is a positive over, and what's 13 minus 5? 8. All right. So, right now I have a proportional relationship, right? Let's solve this. Could I insolve this? You could. Or, do y'all remember? Cross multiply? Yeah, it's been a while. Butterfly. So I've got 3 times 8 equals 5 times y plus 2. That plus looks terrible. I can fix it. All right, so what's 3 times 8? 24. Equals 5 times y is 5y. 5 times 2 is 10. All right, so if I subtract 10 from both sides, that gives me 14 is equal to 5y. Then to solve for y, what do? Divide by 5. So y equals 14 over 5 or 2.8. Either one I would accept. You know me though, I like fractions. All right. I don't think that's the only way to solve this problem, but to me that's the easiest because if you've got a slope, you've got an x1, y1, and x2, y2, right? The other way that comes to mind is using the point slope formula. I'm plugging in x1, y1 for x1, y1. And I'm plugging in 13 and y for x and y. And solving for y. That seems more complicated though. You sure? Okay. All right. Number 10. Ooh, another 0 one. This is what is the 0 of p of x is equal to -7/8 x minus 7?
Did you skip 10?
Is it? No, that's 10.
Oh.
That is 10.
Sorry.
Sorry, I haven't done it. I kind of wrote in 10 space here. I apologize. There we go. Stay out of my space. Better? All right. So I could graph this, or if it's a 0, if I'm crossing the x-axis, what's the value of y? 0, right? So I can say 0 equals negative 7/8 x minus 7. We solve for x. We can add 7 to both sides. So if 7 equals negative 7 over 8x. All right. How do I get rid of that fraction? Do the opposite. So I'm going to multiply by negative 8 over 7, right? Multiply by negative 8 over 7. So those cancel. So x equals, so what's negative 8/7 times 7? Negative 8.
Wait, Ms. Go, please.
Yes. Zoom in. Number 11. Number 11 says the table represents some points on a graph of linear function h. Right? So we've got x, we've got h of x. So when x is 1, h of x is 455. When x is 3, h of x is 365. When h is 6, h of x is 230. When x is 7, h of x is 185. So what's happening to this function? As x increases, what's happening to h of x? It decreases, right? All right. So let's see here. The question says, which can be modeled by this function? A says, the cost in dollars of buying X items that cost $45 each. Well, if you're buying things, is your cost going to increase or decrease as you buy more things? Increase. And what's happening in this table? It's decreasing. So is A possible to be our answer? No. Mark it out. B. The number of miles an airplane has traveled after flying 500 miles for X hours. Well, that 500 miles, that's going to be the slope, because if it's 500 miles per every X hours, right? That's your slope, right? All right, let's come back to that one. C. The remaining number of miles on a 455-mile trip after traveling 45 miles per hour for X hours. So again, I have my slope. And we're going to say 455. So if it's a 455-mile trip, we start with 455 miles to go, right? So that's my B value. I don't know, is it? Can that be true?
Well, I mean, 'cause 0 would
Exactly, because our 1 has 455, right? So can C be a possible answer? No. Good eye. All right, finally, the amount owed and a $500 loan. So again, my B. So we begin with $500 in debt. After paying $4,500 a month for X months. That sounds right?
Yeah.
So let's see. Here, if I add 230 to 185 is 90.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
45, right?
Yeah.
Here, 2 months, this one's 90.
Yeah, that's
There we go. Sorry, my 90 looks terrible. There we go. So my slope is 45. So it can be it? No, because the slope there is 500, right? D would have to be the answer.